Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me as always is my stressed out girlfriend Carol. How you doing today, Carol? Oh, your microphone doesn't sound like it's working. Say hey, what's up again? I don't think it's plugged in. Okay, try it now.
Hey, what's up?
There we go. She's here.
Yay.
Not much. Had to fix a microphone, but it's been a pretty good week here at a massive late fee. It is October 17th. Wait, 1 second. 1997.
Is your microphone not working now?
No, they're both working. I just wanted to make sure that they were both plugged in adequately. It was plugged in. I guess it was a little loose. I don't know exactly what happened with it.
Weird.
Worries me.
Maybe the cats were walking around on it or something.
Maybe. But today, well, not today, but for this episode, we watched an episode of 90210.
Yeah, we did.
Carol's going to carry this episode because when we watched it, I was in an immense amount of pain.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you probably weren't...
And I don't know if I totally absorbed everything that was happening or what. I was in between like gushes of water trying to watch the show.
Yeah, it was pretty disturbing. I'm sorry you were having so much trouble.
Turned out I had I needed a root canal.
Yeah, emergency root canal.
I had an infected tooth.
But he insisted on finishing 90210 first.
Yeah, that's true. That's the dedication that I show for you.
You,
the listener.
I would have gladly paused it and taken care of your mouth first.
Carol, you would have fucking flipped out if you were feeling the pain I was feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was close to, like I said, it was about as close as I've gotten to a 10 on the pain scale.
So that was the worst pain you've ever experienced?
It was pretty close.
Wow.
When she slipped that needle in and deadened that nerve, it was the euphoric feeling of lack of pain was more than words can bear.
Well, I'm glad that she was able to fix you.
It did. Apparently, this is something common too. It did help to kind of like have some water in my mouth or swish some water in my mouth. I guess that's supposed to like kind of relieve the pressure or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah,
he was pacing around, swishing water in his mouth and going to the door to spit outside while we were watching TV.
Well, the thing is, I had already drank so much water, I really couldn't drink any more water.
Interesting.
So I was full. My belly was full of water. So I had to just kind of spit it out.
My poor baby.
But all that is to say that I'm basically going to be a passenger on this episode, I think.
Awesome.
Making snarky comments. And we watched it a couple days ago. So, with all that out of the way, Carol, take it away.
Okay. Okay, so...
Do you remember the name of the episode?
Nope.
That might help.
Nope.
It was called... I don't know. Bleeding Hearts was the last episode,
right? And that does not help.
This episode was called. Oh, was it something about hope or something like that, or like Leap of Faith? I think it was called Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith.
I believe it was called Leap of Faith.
Interesting.
We're gonna go with Leap of Faith. I don't remember.
Oh my god, I'm like not used to you not filling me in when I'm a little lost.
Wait, what?
And I was also...
You're not used to me doing what?
Not used to you not filling me in.
All right. I remember at least one storyline.
I remember that...
Ray's brother... Or not Ray. Sorry, Joe. Joe's brother came to visit him.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he's an asshole. So Joe and Donna were sitting at the Peach Pit, and his brother comes up And immediately just keep... What?
Well, like, we got to set it up. Last week, Donna, like, kind of basically strong-armed Joe into applying for this experimental procedure for people with hearts like his.
Who also want to play professional sports.
Apparently. I can fix, I don't know, what atrial fibrillation? I don't remember what she said it was.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever. But his big brother is an ass, and he's trying to talk to Joe about it.
Oh my gosh, bless you.
Sorry.
It's cold and flu season, everybody. Get your flu shot.
Get your flu shot. That is true. So
vaccinations have been proven to work in pretty much every case. So let's go ahead and...
What in the fuck?
What? I'm just telling people
That's not true.
Their flu vaccinations. What are you talking about?
Vaccinations don't work all the time. Sometimes you still get the flu.
No, but they're effective. They're safe and effective.
Okay, honey.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to talk about 90210 here.
All right, good. It's a non-controversial opinion.
Well, Donna's opinion's very controversial to his brother, who tells her this is a family matter and shut the fuck up, basically.
Right.
So
yeah, Donna, we got to talk about this with the family.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking butt out?
So she ends up leaving Joe alone with his bossy, mean brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they talk again later, he basically says that he's not going to do it now.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up. He says his brother doesn't want him to get his hopes up like he did because his brother also used to play football.
Yeah.
Was about to get drafted and then hurt his knee.
And then his heart exploded.
And then they told him that they could fix it, but they couldn't.
Right.
So supposedly, he's looking out for his little brother, but Donna has a different take on that.
Yeah.
Which I still cannot believe.
Donna says
she goes to his brother's house. How does she even know where he lives?
It has to be an apartment or something, or not apartment. It has to be a hotel room or something because he's not living there.
Okay,
he's visiting from Pennsylvania.
But she just shows up at his door.
Now it might be he's staying with Joe. That might be Joe's place.
That would make sense. And she tells him that she thinks he doesn't.
Wait a second. I just thought of something. Doesn't Joe live on campus, though? In the dorms with all the fucking other football players?
I don't know. Probably.
All right. Continue.
Was it really worth derailing my thoughts?
Honey, it's always worth derailing your thoughts. Whenever a random thought appears in my head, it needs to come out on the show.
I see.
For the people to hear. What are these tapes, if not... getting our random thoughts out to as many people as possible.
Donna says to his brother, very confrontationally, that she thinks that he doesn't want Joe to get better because now Joe can never do better in football than he did.
Right, exactly.
And instead of telling her to fuck off, which I think any normal human being would do in that situation... Mm-hmm. He's just like, oh, I hadn't thought of that, smiley face. And then, he talks to Joe and everything's good. Joe's going to do it. What the fuck?
Yeah, and he says something like, oh, Donna, if you ever want to cut. Everyone's... What kind of winsome ways does Donna have? Donna can be the biggest bitch whenever she wants to be. And everyone's just like, Donna, if you're ever in town.
Maybe she's only a virgin, in one way, and she's real friendly in other ways.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Because, it's not normal. But, it didn't make any sense. Even the way they presented this brother in the beginning. He was very hostile and dismissive of her for him to just be like, oh, wow, you just told me I'm a terrible person. And I'm going to be like, oh, cool.
Right. Come to Beaver Creek.
Come hang out. Yeah. Whatever.
She could meet the fucking devil. And he'd be like, oh, Donna, if you're ever in Hades...
So I have a question. What do you think?
Look me up.
What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to still kill Joe? Or do you think they're going to fix his heart? Do you think this was all just for a storyline and now he's going to have this experimental procedure?
He'll die during the experimental procedure.
I don't know.
And then his brother will come back and
kill her?
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
Donna, you fucking whore.
I want to watch your head pop off.
Oh, my God. And then he's arrested.
Yeah, there you go.
By the sheriff of Beverly Hills, who will become a reoccurring character.
Let's see, another story.
Like Chief Wiggum in The Simpsons. Or Sheriff Barberry in South Park show. What are you looking at me like that for?
I don't know how I'm. I wish you would stop asking me that because I don't have a mirror. You don't have a. You need to wear a mirror on your chest, and then you can ask me about how I'm looking at you. Okay? Because I don't know.
You'd be horrified if you could see your face.
Sure.
All the time.
Great, thanks. I'm going to start walking around with a paper bag over my head. Would that be better?
No, I mean not because you're beautiful, but like I'm talking about the faces that you make. I'm talking about, The Simpsons and stuff, and you're like, I don't know, it's the weirdest look I've ever
You make me look like a monster. So is that.
Well, yeah, it's because when I make those faces, I look like a monster.
Anyway.
What were you thinking about that?
What was I thinking?
Yeah. Chief Wiggum. The Simpsons,
I don't know. I was
Hey, boys! Yeah, you were picturing what?
Fuck it. 100% fuck it.
What were you picturing?
Chief Wiggum.
Okay.
That's all. I was like picturing these different police officers that you were, talking about. And then I thought, what relevance does this possibly have to what we're trying to say?
Does everything have to have a relevance?
I think some things should have relevance. I think more than, I don't know, the 40% of the show.
I think you'd have a lot more fun. And the show would be more whimsical if you would just give in to the comedy bits and not fight them.
Okay.
With your face.
Now I want coffee and a donut, okay? That's what I want right now.
Because you're going to be the new sheriff of Beverly Hills. And
Maybe.
you need donuts.
Anyway.
Yeah. Coffee and a donut. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a reference to something or...
No, I'm just like you're stressing me out, and the police officers, eat coffee and donuts, and so it just made me think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go down to...
What the fuck was I trying to fucking say?
Caribou coffee. I don't know.
Steve.
Just out of nowhere. Steve!
Yeah, next storyline.
Oh, yeah. Donna's storyline's pretty much done.
Steve.
Donna gave Joe's brother anal and then he turned around.
Wow.
It's the sex that God can't see. Anyway, go ahead.
Holy shit.
Steven.
He got a bond that had matured.
This is the stupidest thing in the world. He could have gotten $20,000 from anywhere, but...
Because he's rich, yeah.
Yeah, his mom was a fucking TV star.
But she did some kind of bond when he was a baby, and it matured.
Yeah, here's $20,000
And he
when
got
you're
20 grand.
20 years old.
And
That doesn't make sense, by the way. Stop getting upset at me talking. That doesn't make sense either, because he was adopted.
okay, why doesn't that make sense?
He said it was from when he was born. $20,000, $1,000 for each year. How could she have gotten it when he was born? He was adopted.
His dad is his real dad, and he was adopted when he was a baby.
I thought he was adopted when he was like 2 or something.
I don't think so. I never got that impression.
Or whatever. Go on with your fucking story.
Claire suggests you...
We're talking about Steve.
God. Claire and Steve are an extension of one another at this point in the show, okay?
That's true.
Claire suggests that he buy her jewelry.
Did she say that?
Yes.
I must have been writhing in pain at this point. Because I don't remember that.
And he says, oh no, I'm going to get a motorcycle. And
a Harley Davidson.
yeah, and she's like, yeah, I don't think so. But he does anyway, because, she's not his wife. She was acting very wifey, like very entitled. Like, this is his money.
Right.
Huh?
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you?
I don't know.
Because you were writhing in pain.
Storyline, but
well, yeah, because she's just so mad at him, and like he shows up to pick her up for a date on the motorcycle, and she's pissed. Like, how could he possibly, think she's going to get on that?
That's what we said when they started dating,
right? And so then, like the next time he brings her a helmet, and she's like, no. And he gives her a fucking ultimatum.
Well, wait a second, because you're skipping a lot of shit.
Am I?
Yes.
What am I skipping?
They go around once in the parking lot of the Peach Pit. They go in a circle that's about an inch in diameter. The tightest circle I've ever seen a motorcycle go in. And one time, and she gets off, and she's like, there, I rode on it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Fuck this. And he's like, you didn't even give it a chance. And she's like, I was on it.
Yeah. But then he buys her a helmet and tells her that she has to ride or he's going to ride alone.
Yeah, I don't know what that meant.
It was a very threatening tone of voice.
He's like, this is it, Claire. Either you ride with me or I ride alone.
He even said, this is your last chance.
Yeah, I don't... Is that... he's threatening to break up with her? I don't understand.
I don't know. It was very weird. And like, how
what kind of golden cock does Steve have?
Right?
But the beautiful Claire. The beautiful and smart Claire. Who could have anybody.
You really want her, don't you?
I was just waiting for you to say something.
Fuck. But yeah, she fucking agrees. She gets on the fucking motorcycle.
And then she starts to enjoy it. And he leans over and he's like, we're not going to get in an accident ever. Because I never told you this, but I saw angels intervene and make a fucking garbage truck phase through a school bus.
Right?
We're all like blessed. We're God's chosen Beverly Hillites. Nothing bad will ever happen to us.
There you go.
Steve has formed a new religion based on that experience that he had.
I'm trying to think what else happened.
It's always a good sign for the show. For you to be like, I'm trying to think what else happened in the show that we watched specifically to record this.
See,
what about Brandon?
What about Brandon?
What about Brandon and Susan Keats?
Oh yeah, they go to her parents.
The A story of
go.
the entire show. Ha! I was fucking looking for sharp implements to like either bloodlet to ease the pain or just end it all. And I fucking remembered that storyline faster than you. Who was just sitting on the couch calmly eating a burrito or whatever the fuck you were doing with no pain. Just like
sushi.
Oh yeah, sushi. Oh, you're in pain. Sorry. This is so good.
It was good.
I'm sure it was.
And spring rolls.
I couldn't enjoy mine.
And crab and cheese rangoon.
Yeah, good for you.
Oh.
It's a good thing we don't own a weapon.
Jesus.
Because I would have found it.
Yeah, it's very good. So, Brandon and Susan go to stay at her parents' house for the weekend.
That's right.
And it turns out it's like a crazy house.
Well, kind of. Like, what did she say? Oh, yeah. She's like, aren't you nervous to meet my parents? And he goes, no, of course not. To them, I'm just the hero that saved your life during that harrowing ski accident that we had, last week. Previously on 90210.
Right.
He says and looks right at the camera. And she says, well, I didn't tell him about that because they'd never let me ski again and they'd never let me see you again if they knew that happened.
Which is stupid.
And you're like, she's an adult.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck? And she says something like, well, remember that storyline that we made up 3 weeks ago where my sister died by getting hit by that car? Their daughter goes out one day and never comes home, so they're super overprotective.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. But, I think they were both adults at that point.
Yeah. And then I believe he says something like, okay, so we're not telling them, but do they know about your abortion or whatever? It comes up somehow.
It does, but not. He doesn't bring it up. She does. She says, "I made the mistake of telling." I think that's even later in the episode.
Maybe
because he asked if they think she's a virgin.
Well, no.
Yes,
he doesn't ask that.
Yes.
Well, he kind of does, but that's the thing. The reveal happens before he says, "Oh, they think you're a virgin." He could no, because Carol, you're nuts. Okay, just remember that you're insane. All right. They're at dinner or lunch or whatever. They meet. They whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, Brandon, you're so nice and everything like that." And the mom just flat out goes, "There's only one question I have for you, Brandon. Are you sleeping with my daughter?" And he just kind of stares at her, and she goes, "No, Mom, we're not."
Right.
And then he asks if he thinks that they're a virgin.
Yeah, we jumped ahead because you brought up about the abortion, and we were still in the car on the way there. So we skipped over some shit there.
But you did.
No, I didn't. You did.
I just mistakenly thought it happened in the car, and then you corrected me, but then you started talking about the virgin stuff.
So, yeah, the mom's a psycho.
Yeah, he goes, you're right. She says, does she think you're a virgin? And she goes, no, I stupidly told her about the abortion, but that's why she thinks she's not having sex anymore because she had an abortion right around the time her sister died.
So, yeah.
Happy times in the Keats household.
Her dad seems a little bit more normal than her mom.
Yeah, and that's, okay, kudos to the actress. I can't remember her name, but the actress that plays her mom. For doing a very good job in this role. But it is a little insulting. They do this a lot, where they meet the parents or something like that. I mean, Donna's mom is this way, right? Where it's like the dad's kind of cool and chill and everything, and the mom's a raging fucking psycho bitch.
Right.
And it's like, wow. I mean, can the dad be a fucking psycho one time? And the mom just be chill? What the fuck?
That would be nice. You're right. But instead of, heeding, the warning that they don't want her to have sex in their house, they decide...
Keats is, rubbing against him like she's a cat.
Yeah, it's weird. They decide, he's supposed to be sleeping in, I think, her sister's old room.
Yes, correct.
Which I think was upsetting for the mom, too.
Right.
But he's supposed to be sleeping there, and Keats is in her old room.
Because, as the title card helpfully tells us, they're in San Diego, California. When they pull up to the house, I don't know if you noticed, there's a title card that goes, San Diego, California.
Oh, my Lord.
As if, we're out of Beverly Hills now, everybody. All bets are off. Fucking psychos live in San Diego.
But yeah, so he's waiting for her to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. Waiting for everybody to fall asleep, it means, so he can sneak up there and fuck her. And
it sounds so awful.
But it bothers me. They can have sex every single day of the week.
Yeah, that's right. They're young enough too.
Why?
I mean, chafing, but
ew. Why do it now? But he tries to get up there, and her giant dog.
Well, he gets it up there.
Her giant dog is guarding the stairs. Just fucked up.
And he recites Shakespeare to it.
Because its name is Shakespeare.
Or
no, its name is Hamlet? Or Macbeth or something
Hamlet.
like that.
I think it's Hamlet. But, earlier, they said they were talking and everything. And I think the dad said, I'm surprised you haven't, quizzed him on Shakespeare.
Yeah, because she always does that.
Because she's fucking, obsessed with Shakespeare or whatever.
She's a Shakespearean,
professor?
Scholar.
Okay.
I think he said.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he helpfully says, very funny line, you got me there because I don't know my Macduff or my MacDonald's.
Oh, God. Yeah, that
Macbeth. My Macbeth for my McDonald's.
And
I have never seen a joke fail harder in my life.
Well, and this was after he'd already attempted a joke, and the mom said, oh, you didn't tell me he was a comedian. Obviously, she is not going to enjoy jokes.
Exactly.
But he tried and failed.
But I guess he was lying, like Susan was lying about not being violated by him, because he's fucking reciting Shakespeare to this dog, and this dog finally sits.
Yeah, lets him pass
After one of the lines. Yeah, it's like it's like Cerberus, but it's the easiest feat of Hercules.
But here's the worst and stupidest part.
The whole thing.
Well, the whole thing,
Even
but
going there in the first place.
yes. But then he falls asleep there.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of NyQuil does she have in her pussy that he just fucking immediately drops out?
Right? Like, he should have been getting the hell out of there ASAP. No cuddle time or anything. Just move your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they were drinking. Like,
No,
I
it's
just
weird.
don't understand. But in the morning, her mom goes to wake her up and finds him in her bed, and it's not good.
Susan gets up and she's like, Mom, it was only, it's okay.
Oh, jeez.
I learned it from Donna. Can't get pregnant.
But somehow the fight that they have does kind of bring them closer together. Like, they work out their issues then.
Doesn't Brandon say something to her too, or whatever?
I think so.
Yeah. Brandon said something, I don't think to the mom, but to Susan maybe, or whatever, I don't know. But Susan basically goes off on her and is like, yeah, I mean, I understand your fucking daughter died. My sister died. It sucks. And you turned, her room's a shrine. You turned my room into a fucking office. How do you think that makes me feel? And like all this stuff and everything, and, how controlling she is and stuff like that. And Brandon says something to her. I don't remember what, to the mom. Because he's like, oh, I should go after her. And she's like, no, I know my daughter.
Yeah, that was...
Leave her alone.
That was not a good response. I don't like her mother at all.
But her mom basically said, I lost one daughter. I don't want to lose another daughter.
Yeah. But, I mean, they
So
make up.
fuck her all you want.
They make up,
And
is
she
the point.
showers them in condoms.
It was so weird. It's like, I mean, it was such an awkward...
That is weird when your mom showers you with condoms.
That would be very weird.
Yeah.
Especially rainbow-colored condoms. That would be really weird.
That is a very specific reference.
Anyway. I don't know. Are we done with that storyline?
Was that the sound of the bomb about to explode?
What? Does that sound like a bomb? It sounded like an animal chittering.
Sounds like the sassiest bomb I've ever heard. Better get out. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the storyline. I guess Golden Boy is once again anointed by the parents as a good guy.
Meh. He's not that great.
Brandon's the ultimate good guy. That'll, fuck, what's her name? Valentine behind your back. Emily, that's her name.
Yeah. Okay, so...
EV, as we call her. EV with the V.
Oh, jeez. So, Colin and Valerie...
Yeah, I believe that's the last storyline.
There's still... Well, there's a little overlap there with Kelly and David and
Well,
stuff,
yeah, I think their storyline overlaps, though.
Yes.
It's all connected.
But Colin and
Valerie
are making...
Valera.
Okay.
You know that? Valerie.
I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Weirdo. Anyway, they have plans.
They do.
To go on another date.
They've got plans.
Like, they spent the night together, but they didn't have sex.
Not yet.
And he's like, when can I see you again? I think she just got home from his house, and he calls her. He's like, when am I going to see you again? So they're going to hang out later. They're all like, hee, we're in love. And
they turn into Japanese anime characters for a second.
Apparently.
Their eyes get all big.
So Colin goes...
Yeah, very much enough.
Jeez.
Super happy fun time. What?
Wow.
That's Japanese animation.
Wow. When Colin leaves his apartment, though, his old drug dealer, I believe the one that was roommates with the rapist,
Yeah.
is on his porch with some coke.
He's like, hey, what's up?
And I mean, like, that's just so awful. It was like a bad after school special gone wrong because, you know, it wins. The bad guy wins. That's not how after school specials usually go.
There's that one time where the girl that's on Ally McBeal now, Callista Flockhart, I think her name is.
What a name. Okay.
There's that one where she dies from anorexia or bulimia. I think she's throwing up in jars.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Why are we going dark? What's going on? I'm so confused. Okay.
It was an after school special where evil won.
Okay.
Evil being, I guess, death.
Yeah. Anyway.
And, you know, vomit jars.
So he holds out a little vial of Coke to him, and he's like, oh, try it. It's premium stuff.
It's the best. It's from the mountains. All of a sudden, it sounds like a fucking Taster's Choice commercial. It's from the mountains of Colombia.
So Colin kind of tries to tell him no, but he ends up doing some of the Coke.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I need a ride so I can go get more Coke.
Being a Coke addict sounds like the funnest thing in the world. Everything's about Coke.
Right. So he said that his car had one of those booties on it for unpaid parking tickets or something.
Right, yeah.
I'm sure he does a lot of driving around. Like, this whole thing's
he's
weird.
A scofflaw.
So, yeah, you know, he could have just asked to borrow Colin's car.
Yeah.
But he asked him to drive him.
Drive me to a illicit site, please.
Drug house, where I get where the drug dealer gets the drug. So it's got to be a bigger
It's like there's a rainbow coming out of it.
Right.
This is the source of all drugs.
Oh, so Colin drives him up there, and he's waiting in the car, and then the police come. And instead of...
It's not just the police, though. It's every fucking cop in Beverly Hills
Right.
rolls up. It's like a scene from The Naked Gun or something like that.
Right, yeah. No,
100 cop cars show up.
it's like a SWAT team. So instead of just being smart and, like, trying to hide the Coke somewhere in the van or on his body or whatever...
Up his ass.
Right? Like, I mean, honestly, I think that would have been a much better choice.
Oh, yeah, to just sit there and be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
He was outside the building.
Yeah.
They were going in the building.
Yeah.
Like, they could have been like, what are you doing here? And he could have just said, oh, I just dropped a buddy off.
Yeah. But no. He is stupid and he panics because he's high. And he starts driving away. So, of course, one of them peels off and follows him. And then more do because...
It's the fucking OJ chase. Now, this came out so it's 1997, obviously. We're a little less than 2 years behind. So I believe this was...
95.
95, I think late 95. It might have even been early 96, but I think it was late 95. So, I mean, obviously that happened three years ago, 94. So...
It was much fresher reference at the time.
Yeah, it was a fresher reference, but also still dated a little bit, I guess. But yeah, that's essentially what it is, though, because there's camera crew and it's, you know, they're following this van. It's a fucking OJ thing.
So there's a helicopter following them, and
the most hilarious thing is that every relevant fucking character happens to be watching the news at this time.
And they're like, I wonder who that could be. Like,
looks kind of like
Colin's van. But they're like, no, it can't be Colin.
No.
But then the officers, like, you know, manage to, like, stop him.
Yeah, they finally get to him. And the news report's like, let's go to our ground camera now. And it's like one of the cops just had his voice, their cameraman. He just has a camera on his shoulder.
Right.
It's right there.
It was ridiculous.
It's like the cops are like, hey, guys, police reporters, come into this volatile situation where this guy might have fucking guns, a bomb that goes... or whatever, you know. They have no fucking clue what's going to happen. Stray bullets could be flying everywhere. But, of course, there's no perimeter. The reporters can get right up there.
Right.
Close enough for them to say, well, guess what? It is Colin. I think Steve's the one that's like, nah, it's him.
Wow, is Steve that much of an ass?
Oh, yeah, yes. Have you watched the show?
Yes. So Valerie sees this and is very upset. Kelly sees this and is very upset.
Yeah.
She's watching it with her roommate at rehab.
Oh my God, I hate that roommate so much right now.
Why?
I don't know. She's just annoying to me.
She's like, is that the Colin?
Yeah. You know how fucking that one time you told me about how Barbie had a little sister? Mm-hmm. What's Barbie's little sister's name?
Skipper.
Skipper. That's who this fucking chick is. This is Skipper.
Okay.
It's like Kelly is cocaine fuel Barbie or whatever. Cocaine Barbie. And this is cocaine Skipper.
And I'm trying to think about something. Okay, David.
Good luck with that.
Fuck you.
We all know what a struggle it is for you.
David comes to see Kelly.
Yes.
And
towards the beginning of the episodes, he does.
Oh, was it in the beginning when he tells her this?
Yeah.
Okay, but David tells Kelly, so she already knows this at this point, that Colin is with Valerie.
Now, apparently Steve found out about it. I don't know how.
Yeah, and he's the one that told David.
Yeah, but so he's like, hey, now keep in mind it's coming from Steve, so I don't know. But he says that Valerie's having sex, and not just anal.
Oh, jeez. So yeah, Kelly's very upset. I feel like if she were like out in the real world and not in rehab, maybe she would end up using over this.
I feel like she'd be cutting a bitch.
That too.
She'd be like, "Come on, Skipper."
Yeah. So Colin's finally going away. Do you think this will end his storyline?
I don't. I hope so. I'm so sick of him.
Right.
But I don't know. It's so funny though. Like they kind of, the brother and sister, David and Kelly, kind of point out the fact that, or they allude to the fact that both their significant others are hooked up with each other.
That's weird. It's a very weird incestuous kind of thing.
Compare notes.
Ew. But I think that was the whole episode.
Yeah, it seems like I think we did better than I thought we were going to do.
Swiss cheese holes in it, but yeah, that's it.
Quantum Leap style.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yes.
And tell your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.